Welcome back, chat. Today we're going to be getting into the Silent Hill F trailer that came out a couple days ago. And as some of you may know, I've played the first Silent Hill just last October, and I absolutely loved it. Despite the graphics, the tank controls, and the fixed camera, I thought it was like a perfect game. And I definitely plan on playing it again this October on Next Fear mode, because apparently there's a bunch of weapons that you can only get on Next Fear mode, so that'll be really fun. Now this Silent Hill is different than every other Silent Hill, of which we haven't gotten an actual mainline Silent Hill game since, 2012, it says, Silent Hill Downpour. Let me transfer over to Wikipedia. Yeah, so Silent Hill Downpour was released in 2012, and honestly, I haven't played. I played a bit of 2, I played a bit of 3, but I've only ever beaten the first Silent Hill, and like I said earlier, that was just last October. But I've always loved these games. I especially love the music by Akira Yamaoka, who is going to be in the new one as well. We did have, what was it, PT, the playable trailer for Silent Hills that was eventually canceled. But even that game, that was more like Resident Evil 7 and 8. It was a first-person game. It was creepy for sure, but to me it wasn't really Silent Hill as much as 7 and 8. Resident Evil 7 and 8 are not so much Resident Evil games to me, even though everybody loves them. And I actually believe that, because PT came out before Resident Evil 7 and then was canceled. I would bet anything that because that game was canceled, that's how we got Resident Evil 7. But back on topic, let's see, let's go over here. So this Silent Hill is not set in the American town of Silent Hill. It's set in Ebisugaoka, Japan, and it follows a Japanese high school student named Hinaku Shimizu. Apparently Konami felt that the game became overly westernized, which I guess I can kind of see. I mean, I feel like the main Silent Hill games are 1, 2, and 3. Beyond that, I don't think people know as much or care as much. So this will be really interesting to see, because this is an origin story. It also takes place during the 1960s, whereas the first Silent Hill onward was basically set in like the 90s, I believe. So let's get right into this trailer. Hopefully it all sounds good, looks good.
サクコ、どこ行くの？こっち通るの珍しいね。今は誰かと喋りたくて。私も後から行くね。うん。じゃあね。裏切り者。
So if you're unfamiliar with Silent Hill, the premise basically is, as far as I understand it, you really only end up in Silent Hill if you've done something terrible. It's kind of like Purgatory, from what I understand. So you should probably know that going into this. She was just called a traitor. She must have done something to betray perhaps her friends or her family. Sounds in these games. And thank Akira Yamaoka. Game looks beautiful. Yikes. Classic body horror. Silent Hill game. That appears to be a mannequin. Mannequins more so became a thing in Silent Hill 2. That's not a mannequin.
Hinako.
There's our classic pipe.
ひなこはいいよね。何でも持ってる。そんなあんたがいなくなってくれるんだからせいせいする。
That's cool. Oh.
一人は嫌だよ。寂しいよ。
Now, this is a nice touch how the clothing throughout the game seems to actually take damage and fall apart.
ずっと一緒だよって約束したよね。
I cannot read Japanese, but well, I can't read it anyway. Did I see that?
ずっと一緒だよって約束したよね。
It would be interesting to see what this says. It's clearly one word or phrase repeated over and over again. Surprised it doesn't have it in subtitles though. Could be traitor too, yeah. No, there's a cool weapon. Apparently there's a katana, I believe, in the first Silent Hill, but that's one of the weapons I mentioned that you can only get in Next Fear mode. So basically you have to beat the game, and then when you play the game again, it's like it's not New Game Plus, but it increases the difficulty and unlocks more weapons and stuff. So that'll be interesting to see if they do the same thing with this game, where you can only get new weapons on or after completing the game the first time. Oh boy. See, they said traitor again. I would bet anything that the word that was written all over that chalkboard was probably traitor. I don't know if they show a release date. Oh wow, they actually do. So September 25th. Dang, it's not far off. It's a little earlier than I expected. This is, at least here in the States, October is like the prime time for scary games. But, since I want to play Silent Hill in October, I guess it would make sense to start with this one, and then go back into the original. So, yeah, made with the Unreal Engine, from Neobards Entertainment, who I've never heard of. Let's go back over to the Wikipedia here. Neobards Entertainment, Konami. Composers Akira Yamaoka, who's one of my all-time favorite composers. Like I said earlier, I haven't played through all the games, but I've listened to almost all the soundtracks over and over again throughout the years. Absolutely phenomenal composer. Now it says here that Akira Yamaoka and Kensuke Inage composed the music for the games Fog World and Otherworld, respectively. Yamaoka focused on infusing the music with the series' Japanese essence, reflecting on his own cultural identity as much as possible in my own way. Now, considering what they said about the game being overly westernized, I can only assume that Mary Elizabeth McGlynn will not be singing any of the music this time, which is unfortunate because she has such a fantastic voice and she really made a lot of the Silent Hill music very famous. But regardless, I'm sure it's going to slap. Anything else here? Ebisu Gaoka. Inspired by Kanayama? After comparing various locations, saying extreme unique townscape reflected the passage of time and the way its structures had evolved alongside residents' lifestyles. Now the puzzle solving, I hope that's really good, because in the first Silent Hill there were a few puzzles that were just really, really cool. And I do need to play the second Silent Hill. I actually have the second Silent Hill up there for PC, like the original discs from way back in the day. And I ordered myself a disk drive for my laptop so I can actually play that eventually. Hopefully, I'll play that this October as well. Because to me, the Silent Hill 2 remake does not look good. I mean, visually, sure, it looks alright, but Silent Hill, the fixed camera angles and the tank controls add to the suspense. They just do. Making it a completely third-person game where you're just behind the character the whole time, I don't know. I think it takes away from the horror aspect and the suspense, because when you're using tank controls, you're doing something that you're not used to, and makes it harder to run away and attack enemies. So yeah, I'll be playing that. Oh, also in my opinion, they ruined the soundtrack. I think they re-recorded all the songs, and it just doesn't hit. And a lot of games have been doing that. I know Nier Replicant, I prefer the original soundtrack to the remake, although everything else in the remake is far better. But I think that's all I really have to say about this for now. I did have this tab pulled up. Oh yeah, just to show all the other Silent Hill games. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. Origins, which is no longer an origin story. Homecoming and Downpour was the last main title in the series. Of course, there's actually been a bunch of other stuff. Mobile game, I think the most recent thing that came out was this here, Silent Hill Ascension, which was an interactive, where did it say it? Choose your own adventure style interactive game where you can vote on the directions of the story in real time. Sounds interesting, but I never heard of it until I looked this up. And then the short message in 2004, which I don't think this is related to Silent Hill F. Messages from a friend Maya. Anita finds herself crumbling black apartment. Yeah, I'm not sure what this was for. And then there's the movies. Actually, there is a new movie. I love the first. The first Silent Hill movie is fantastic. It's probably, in my opinion, the best video game adaptation to a movie. It's based on the first Silent Hill, but there's clear differences. Instead of a father looking for his daughter, it's a mother looking for her daughter after going to Silent Hill. It's very similar in a lot of ways, but also quite different. But I think it hits just as well. And it has all of the music from Akira Yamaoka, and it actually borrows some things from the second game, like Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head looks awesome. He actually looks better in the movie than he does in the game. The second movie was absolutely trash. I literally stopped watching it, like, not even halfway through because it was so bad. But there is a third game. Where is it here? I'm sorry, third movie. Sequels, here we go. Silent Hill, Return to Silent Hill, which is supposed to be based on the second game, which, makes a lot of sense, even though in the Silent Hill universe, the first game and the third game are connected. The girl Heather that you play as in the third game is the daughter of Harry Mason in the first game. Well, the adopted daughter. It's really... Oh, I don't want to spoil too much. You'll have to watch my gameplay. But, yeah, this could be really good because Silent Hill 2 is probably the most well-received Silent Hill game. And has a very interesting story. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I don't think there's no release, but apparently it was shot in Germany and Serbia between 2023 and 2024, so it's already done filming, I guess. So that would be cool if it comes out later this year, but probably not considering they haven't said anything. So I'll definitely be keeping my eyes on that. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. We've been going for like 15 minutes here. But yeah, I'm very excited for Silent Hill F coming September 25th. And let me know what you think in the comments, whether you are excited or not excited. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I'm definitely going to be making more of these videos. We have a couple game shows coming out. Today I'll be on, well, it doesn't matter if you're watching this in the past, but go check out ABF's channel because we review a lot of games over there as well. We have been reviewing game showcases. So, have a good day, and I will see you later. Peace.